Be a permanent fix.
Okay, so stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'm gonna say a couple of things here. I didn't have a pastor come to pray this month just because I really felt like I needed to say that this nation, what happened Sunday or Saturday, I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, or what you are, it's just very heartbreaking that we could be so divided and so upset with anything in politics that we'd want to take another person's life. That being said, I want to call us all to make sure we pray for our nation every day and pray for our leaders. Like I say, I don't care if you like Trump or if you like Biden or who you like, but really we have more at stake than to be hating so much that we would want to take someone's life. So I'm going to say the prayer tonight and just pray that God would bring peace and healing to this nation. I think about the race that Jacob and myself run. We probably had more pictures on the front page of the paper together than we did apart. We agreed when we started the race that we would not bash one another, and we didn't. I just wish that could be done more on a state and a national level, not just local politics, but that's what we need. Veterans have died to protect and help us to live comfortable lives, and I hate to see the division. So let's pray. God, I thank you for your blessings. I thank you for this great nation. God, I thank you for your faithfulness to us. I ask you that you'll help us that we can have peace. Lord, I ask you that you'll touch those that are troubled. I ask you, Lord, that you'll bring peace to their minds and their hearts. God, I ask you that you'll help us everything that we do. Help us in these meetings that we can let your will be done in our lives, in our county, in our state, and in our nation, God. We ask you that you'll bless and help us in our proceeding tonight. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Could I get approval for the meeting minutes for June 18th?
Make a motion to approve it.
Okay, motion by Carl, second by Kevin. All in favor? All right, motion carries. Thank you. We don't have any unfinished business. We'll move on to new business. The roads, Kenny.
We got the stuff over in the spring cleaned up today, and if it's, well, the weather talk's gonna be raining in the morning, but I talked to Mago, and if it's raining tomorrow, Thursday, if it's not raining, we're gonna be getting some blacktop. We're gonna do some patching down around Clemens Bottom Thursday, and they were just mowing, and a lot of people is starting to call about the gravel roads, and trying to explain to them that we don't have nobody, to take care of them. That we'll put gravel on them, but as far as grading them, we can't do that at this time. So, but hopefully within the next week or so, we'll be able to get that going. So, other than that, that's about all we're doing: mowing, bushwhacking, and we're going to start doing some patching. And if everything works out right, and we got enough help, we're going to start digging out some bad spots or in the eastern part of the county that needs to be done.
Yes, we've got somebody maybe that's going to help us with that. We just got to make sure we got a truck driver that can take it away and bring the rock back in. So we'll get that worked out. What about, did you get the grader to Danny Clark today?
We didn't get time today. Time we got done cleaning it up over there. So we're going to try to run it over in the morning.
How many loads did y'all have to haul out?
It was several, probably 10, probably at least 10, was it, of the dirt? Probably 15 loads of dirt and several loads of.
I know I seen them come by the office several times with the trees, but it's good to get that cleaned up, cause.
Make sure we get a check from Dan Shane too.
Yeah, we need to get Danny.
Don't forget
paid.
that.
He gave it to the dog shelter a while ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, I bet he did.
all right, thank you. Kenny, any questions for Kenny? All right, committee report, Brad?
Yes, we met, discussed several things, but we got a lot of equipment down at once, and I don't know why it hasn't been reported or somebody haven't been notified, but I know we got the backhoe with a tank busted on it, and of course the grader, I guess you're gonna take it to Danny Clark until it was fixed, but, and just, I don't know if we're going the right direction or not, but it seems like one week everything's good, and next week everything's broke down, but you know, if something broke down, somebody needs to tell you or me or Danny or somebody, so we can get it taken care of. We don't want 5 pieces of equipment sitting down at one time. We discussed, putting out bids for mowing the right of ways, maybe one time a year, just get some options and see what everybody thinks about that. Since we're short of help, give the road crew time to do some work on the roads while, instead of spending all the time bush hogging. So if, you know, if we can put an ad in the paper or get some options and.
Take a bid
Yeah,
to see if
along-
it's feasible.
Right, along with that being said, I say along with that being said, can we make a motion to put this up for bid? We're hoping a farmer, maybe somebody that bush hog might wanna do it once a year, or,
We would,
So you would want to have, similar to what we have on the agenda tonight for open bidding, with garbage, it would have to be very detailed what those parties need to have as far as proof of insurance, for liability, for coverage. So, I mean, it's not something that could be, it would have to be very detailed prepared for those who are gonna be submitting bids, would have the proper equipment, carry an insurance policy that covers, you know, to indemnify the county, because we would hate for something that they did, you know, so part of that mowing that would have liability on us, but we certainly draw something up.
most farmers wouldn't be able to supply the insurance, though, could they?
No.
well, I was told that one county supplied the insurance for their contractor to do this. I don't know if that's an option or not. I know it would, most farmers, like you said, there's not gonna have the insurance to be willing, but if we could provide it.
Do you know what county that was? Maybe we could contact them.
Carroll County, Trumbull County?
So now, David paid for his own insurance. The insurance now this is 10 years ago, it was $10,000 for him to, because of the liability.
Okay, I thought
Something
that.
slinging out of the bush hog, hitting the windshield, hurting somebody.
Yeah, because there's so much liability with mowing.
Yeah, it cost us $28,000 for 3 mowings a year. This is 10 years ago now. And $8,000 that he had to pay out in insurance, so.
Well, maybe Cassie, you could see if there's something we can provide a policy for.
Did you say that was Carroll that did that?
Trimble.
Trimble.
Yeah.
I'll contact the Trimble County Fiscal Court and County Attorney. You said that was approximately like 10 years ago?
But didn't you say he supplied his own insurance, but they paid for it?
Well, his bill was $28,000 a year. And he's telling me that he, didn't make much, $8,000 of that went for
But
it.
the county didn't supply him with the insurance. did they?
Okay, so I heard that wrong.
So, did he do all the county roads for that?
Yes, sir. Yeah, 3 times a year.
I thought
Now,
that,
he
It's
was,
a small.
Yeah, we figured, it was $70,000 if we.
that's what one company said, and I accidentally talked to another guy this morning about dialing wrong number on my phone, but he does mowing in Lexington, and he lives here close by. He said he would be more than glad to look at it and give us a bid. And he's got insurance and everything.
Yeah, the one bid was, $274 a
Danny,
month.
everything's out of you. I mean,
$274 a month.
Well, and here's the thing about that, we would
That
be
is-
talking about almost $75,000 for each mowing, so if we
Right. Yeah, that's-
had two mowings, that's $150,000 out of $1 million budget.
No,
Right.
no, there's no way,
Nah, it's
that's why
killing.
we're thinking that maybe a farmer, there's no way we could hire one of these subcontractors like that does the state.
No.
Something to think about.
But, yeah, if Cassidy could check in on that,
We're
we'll
not
maybe
keeping it up
revisit that
now. As it is, we're not able
next month.
to do it.
no, because we haven't, how much we like getting over the first round so far?
Well, to Newcastle, the Pendleton area's been over once. Lockport probably hadn't been over the first time all the way yet.
I figured that, Benton always gets first. But,
Yeah, Roger thinks he deserves it. Roger and Danny do.
but,
I got plenty of texts that say that,
you started,
we need some more.
mowing in what, April?
Yes.
So, there's 3 months and we're still mowing and we got it.
Wouldn't we have a whole lot more county roads than Trimble County would have?
Oh, yeah. No, sir.
No?
No, like I explained to the guys last night, we got about the same amount of roads as Trimble. Where Trimble state roads, we have a lot of state roads. Of course, we got a bigger county, but Trimble's only got like 104 miles of state road. Everything else over there is county road. So that's the reason why their road mileage is up, because they got very few state roads. They got more county roads, yeah. They only have like 104 miles of state road. Everything else is county.
So how many miles of county roads do we have?
About 280,
280?
yeah.
How many miles gets over that? Any yards?
Depends on the road. Some of them gotta go slower because the ditches are deeper. Yeah, it depends. Yeah, I mean, there's some roads that you can take, for instance, Giltner Road. It's one of the most dangerous roads in the county, Giltner and Ratcliffe. It takes a lot longer to mow them because of the traffic situation. I mean, we've had the sheriff's department come out and try to help us with traffic control on them roads. And so when you have to stop constantly because of traffic, different roads, this takes, it's hard to.
You know, with one piece of equipment or
Two. We got two. We got, try to keep a tractor in the eastern part of the county and a tractor in this part of the county.
Do y'all have, when you're mowing roads, do you have two people involved with that?
Yes.
I mean, is there somebody else in a vehicle?
Yes, sir, yeah. You got another guy doing the weed eating and all that stuff around the culverts and the signs. Then you got the guy running the tractor. Now, we need to remember the gentleman that runs the eastern part of the county is part-time. So, there's days that the gentleman that's mowing this side of the county, he can mow 5 days, and the guy in the eastern part only mows 2 to 3. So, I mean, that's the reason why this side is easier to mow, because it's not as hilly as the eastern part of the county.
All right, any other questions? Okay, we have a resolution to adopt the road in L'Esprit that Mark Suna put the subdivision in right over past the pavilion. And Kenny has looked at it, and it's all put up to specs for the county. And so Mark is wanting us to take that on as a county road. And I have a resolution here I need to read. Whereas Henry County Fiscal Court agrees the following road on attached Appendix A are part of the county road system, whereas the Henry County Fiscal Court maintains these roads on Appendix A. Now therefore be it resolved that the Henry County Fiscal Court agrees to have these roads listed on Appendix A as part of the county road system. And the road name is Kelly Drive, it's 1,451 feet, and Fannie Way is 928 feet. So I need a motion to approve us taking that road.
I move that we approve that.
All right, a motion by Danny, second by Ed, all in favor? All right, motion carries, so we can let Mark, know, we'll let him know tomorrow that that's been approved.
So there is a 35-day appeal process on that. So Denise is going to get a sign where it will be posted out of the location. It's got to be posted for 35 days before it actually will go into effect.
We had to post it at our office,
Courthouse.
at the courthouse, I'm sorry, and
Physical site.
posted it at that road. So we will get that taken care of and get that done hopefully before the end of the week. So we can, we've got 5 days to do it, isn't that right?
Yes, 5 days to post it, and then from the date of the posting, that starts your days for the 35-day appeal period. At the end, if no one has filed an appeal in Henry Circuit Court, then the county will take over the roads pursuant to your resolution.
Is that the blacktop or that?
It's blacktop,
Blacktop.
yes.
To county standard, right?
Yes, and it's nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been over there several
And
times.
it's got curves and stuff.
Yeah.
Yes, Clifton.
It's the one right there on the right-hand side, you have to go past the big church.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
Clifton's the one that built the road, and I mean, he done every test known.
How many houses did they build back in there?
I don't
They have
remember. I
two
think
houses right now.
15 or 20 lots or something back in there.
Yeah, there's 2 houses right now,
Yeah.
and I think all the lots is sold but 2, but there'll be more houses being built.
Did you take care of the pothole at the entrance of that where it would eat a car?
Yes, sir, we did that today.
All right, and we also have the 80/20 bridge. We have sent that in for the Carpenter Lane Bridge, and they've already accepted it. We just have to do a resolution, and then we send that back to them. They have to sign it. They can't start on the bridge until we have all the signed documents back from them. But I'm sure we should have it in a week, maybe 2 weeks max. So I know they're wanting to start on that bridge in August, is that right?
August the 5th.
So we should be fine with that, because we'll get this sent off as soon as we get this resolution filed. If we can get Olivia to get that done real quick, and we'll get that filed, and then, so we should, after that, it shouldn't take a long time at the state to get us what we need coming back. But Fiscal Court of Henry County, resolution adopting and approving the execution of a rural secondary program agreement between Fiscal Court and the Commonwealth of Kentucky Transportation Cabinet, Department of Rural and Municipal Aid, and accepting all roads and streets referred to therein as being part of the county road. Be it resolved by the Fiscal Court that the Fiscal Court does hereby certify that all roads, streets referred to in said agreement are county roads as defined in KRS 178.10, and Fiscal Court does hereby ratify and adopt all statements, representations, warranties, covenants, and agreements contained in said agreement, and does hereby accept said agreement, and by such accepting agrees to all the terms and conditions therein stated. The County Judge Executive of Henry County is hereby authorized and directed to sign said agreement set forth on behalf of the Fiscal Court of Henry County, and the Clerk of Henry County is hereby authorized and directed to certify thereto. So I need a motion to pass this.
I'll make the motion, we approve the resolution.
Okay, got a motion by Kevin, second by Ed. All in favor? All right, we'll get that. We need to pass this around and everybody sign that. Thank you. Okay, planning and zoning solid waste. Jason?
Yeah, last month we had 21 building permits, 16 electrical permits. The Board of Adjustments meeting will be July 22nd, 7 p.m. in this building, and the next planning and zoning meeting will be August 14th at 7 p.m., but it's going to be moved to the extension office because they're going to start construction on this building. So that's going to be at the extension office at 7 on August 14th.
All right, any questions for Jason? All right, we'll move on. Parks and Fairgrounds, Toby.
Cutting meeting as usual. Church league, softball, boys softball started last Tuesday, and they're played every Tuesday. July 4th, we took a surge to our splash pad and lost a screen and a VFD controller box. It was down a couple of days. We got the screen in before we discovered that also the box was messed up and it couldn't be run in auto mode. So we, through the help of Travis, the troubleshooting, Saturday, we was up to bypass that and run it in a manual mode to get it on until we can get the controller to fix that part of it. All of our focus now is on fairgrounds, getting it ready for Harbor Showcase on the 27th of this month. So we're working to get the fairgrounds in shape for Harbor Showcase.
All right, any questions for Toby? Okay, I want to again thank Tommy Wordsmith and his plumbing crew. The night before fire start, well, the day before fire started, we asked Tommy to come and install a 20-minute commode in this 20-minute job to install a commode in this bathroom. They got here and everything was stopped up. So he was still wearing his Crocs at 12:30 the next morning. He said, I wasn't planning on having this bad a day, but we had to dig all the sewer lines out of this building, out to the septic tank. Everything had to be dug up. Everything was stopped up and completely replaced. And they went and got parts at 9 o'clock at night and got us done, and still had to go to Louisville for another job downtown Louisville when they left here at 12:30 that morning. But I just want to say how good it is to have local guys that will spend the time and stay with us on something like this. I told him, I said, we can finish it tomorrow. He said, no, I've got my day already booked tomorrow. So he stayed till then, and so he was here from 8:30 in the morning. He had to leave just for a few minutes and then come back, and so it was a long day, and Toby stayed too. So Toby got some time that day. But and was back at work the next morning, and that's good. But so I just want to say how good it is to have those kind of people. All right, we'll move on to Animal Services Director's Report. Danielle.
All right, for the month of June for adoptions, we were able to collect $800. For return to owner, we received $100. For dog licensing, it was $25. For donations, we were able to receive $1,975, bringing up the total of collections up to $4,900 for that month. We are currently working on the fence project. So far, we have gotten outpour of support from the community as well as local businesses. We have already received $9,630 in donations currently for the fence project, which our goal is $15,000. And we are getting extremely close very quickly and to not be more painful.
All right, any questions for Danielle? Roger, did y'all meet?
Committee didn't meet.
Okay. All right, we move on to economic development. Roger.
Yeah, the Henry County Economic Development Committee met prior to this meeting. Again, it was a good discussion of meetings, talk about what's going on in the different areas amongst ourselves. Other than that, we've still got a lot of interest in the counties. The sewer projects are still in a positive direction. And this county's going to be blessed with a lot of economic development fairly soon, I would imagine.
Yes, and go along with Roger on that, on the economic development. We had Rob Campbell and myself was at the Water Council meeting last week, and they really feel that we can get the funding now for this sewer to go ahead and push it forward. So I felt very encouraged when Justin started talking to us. So hopefully we can get this ball rolling on this pretty fast and get that started, because that's a big project. There's been a few hurdles that's had to be, they have to move from, they can't go in at Cedar Lake now. We got going down to that next subdivision. I can't remember that Walt Chum built. I don't remember what the name of it is, but we got to go down there with the sewer line. So that's a little bit different, but not a lot of difference. So they're working that all out. All right, Sheriff's report. Keith.
We responded to 254 calls from KSP Dispatch, 110 calls into the Sheriff's Office, the 47 citation and criminal summons, 17 criminal arrests, 12 warrant arrests, served 85 court papers, transported 1 fugitive, 1 special event or detail, vehicle inspections 56, 11 carry concealed license issued, and 3 drug charge arrests.
All right, any questions for Keith? All right, thank you.
Special event administrator. What is that in special event?
It could be like the fair, it could be harvest showcase, it could be something like that, or parade, something like that.
Okay,
This one would have been there.
assignment of interest on the Exit 34 sewer extension project. This is from Carrollton Utilities. This is a assignment of interest is the name of it. This assignment entered this day is by and between Henry County, the city of Campbellsburg, and Carrollton Utilities. This agreement is being executed in 3 original, each of which is deemed an original. Whereas the county and city received grant funding to extend the sewer service towards Exit 34 interchange for the direct benefit of the county and city, whereas Carrollton Utilities owns and manages the sewer system. Now therefore, and in consideration of the mutual promises and covenants hereinafter contained it is agreed by and between the parties as follows. The county and city do hereby assign any and all interest that may have in any part of the project known as the Exit 34 Extension Project to Carrollton Utilities. The county and city do hereby assign any and all interest that they may have in all sewer lines, pumps, and appurtenances. I'm sorry.
I don't know that word either.
There too, which were installed as part of the Exit 34 sewer project. Carrollton Utilities agrees to operate and maintain all such sewer lines, pumps, and appurtenances thereto as part of the system provided service to the county and city. So we need to make a motion that I can sign this agreement.
Cassie, what's the difference between an assignment of interest versus a letter or an interlocal agreement?
So this just assigns their interest only for these specific 3 items. So it's basically they're taking the interest and the responsibility. Whereas you said the difference between an interlocal agreement. So interlocal agreements give them, so this is more confound, this is more concise, whereas interlocal agreement is more a broad agreement, and it's a smaller term. Under this agreement, interlocals are usually for a longer period of time with a more broad arrangement, and it's usually interlocals responsibilities on both sides. Both parties have responsibilities. This is just for the interest only of what we expect Carrollton Utilities to do. That makes any sense.
It does, thank you.
So I need a motion for that.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Ed, second by Carl. All in favor? All right, motion carried. I'm sorry, we got a lot of resolutions tonight, and you'll thank me for not reading one here in a minute. Okay, the resolution for voting booth reimbursement. Adoption of resolution of Henry County Fiscal Court authorizing the filing of fiscal year 2025 Fiscal Security Help America Vote Act application with the Kentucky State Board of Elections for up to $8,300, authorizing and directing the County of Henry Judge Executive to execute any documents which are deemed necessary by State Board of Election to carry out this project, and authorizing the Judge Executive to act as the authorized correspondent for this project. Whereas Henry County desires to purchase voter privacy booths approved by the State Board of Election on behalf of the residents of Henry County by supporting the HAVA election security project, whereas it is recognized that the HAVA monies available to the county for the purchase stated herein pursuant to HAVA election security impose certain obligations and responsibilities upon the county, and will require, among other things, approved satisfactory application transmitted to State Board of Elections for approval, and obligations to the county in connection with receiving the HAVA grant monies for the purpose states here therein. Now therefore be it resolved, Henry County Fiscal Court, that this fiscal year 25 Fiscal Security Help American Vote Act application on behalf of the county for HAVA money up to $8,300 project shall be submitted to State Board of Election. The county shall provide such additional information and furnish such documentation as may be required, and the county judge shall act as authorized department correspondent for this project. So I need a motion to be able to sign these for this project.
I'll move it.
All right, motion by Danny, second by Kevin, all in favor? All right, motion carried, thank you. All right, the resolution for garbage collection, and y'all gonna thank me when we leave here that Cassidy's reading this one. We'd be here late in the night if I had to read all that.
This is a resolution providing for the sale of franchise for business of the collection and disposal of garbage, trash, debris within Henry County. Here it be resolved by the Henry County Fiscal Court shall offer for sale of a franchise for the business of collection, disposal of garbage, trash, debris within Henry County, Kentucky in such a manner and on such specifications and conditions herein set forth. Sealed bids for the purchase of said franchise will be opened August 19th, 2024 at Henry County Courthouse Annex, Newcastle, Kentucky, beginning at the hour of 4 p.m. All such bids shall be mailed to the Henry County Fiscal Court at P.O. Box 202, Newcastle, or hand-delivered to the office at 19 South Main Street, Newcastle, prior to the date and time stated above. The bids will be considered by the Henry County Fiscal Court at meeting to be held on August 20, 2024 at 6 p.m. The Henry County Fiscal Court shall cause to be published to the notice of invitation to bid on franchise for the business of collection and disposal of garbage, trash, and debris within Henry County local, which is attached hereto and made a part thereof, on 2 separate occasions and in accordance with the provisions of KRS Chapter 424. The right is reserved to reject any and all bids and to re-advertise the sale of said bids of franchise, or not to re-advertise the sale of said franchise. If a franchisee subcontracts for preference shall be given to a local business and haulers. Each bidder for said franchise shall submit to bid on the bid form, a copy of which is attached hereto and made a part thereof, and shall be based on such bid and the following information. Henry County Fiscal Court established by ordinance mandatory garbage collection within Henry County. The franchise holder shall be required to provide unlimited weekly pickup for household resident garbage not to exceed 1 1/2 yards or 12 30-gallon bags weekly. The franchise holder shall collect weekly all residents' yard waste separated from the waste stream by the resident and placed at the curb for collection in suitable containers or paper bags. The franchise holder shall be required to empty up to 3 30-gallon containers to be provided by the commercial customer or 1 95-gallon roll cart. Said commercial establishment shall have the right to refuse regular pickup, and said commercial establishment will be required to dispose of garbage, trash, or refuse through hauler providing commercial dumpster service. The franchise holder shall pay the Henry County Fiscal Court a franchise fee of 8% of the amount billed by the franchisee per month for each residential and commercial customer in the county. Payment shall be remitted to the county quarterly and shall be paid as a percentage of amounts actually received by the franchisee. A quarterly accounting report of all residential and commercial fees collected shall be required with the payment. The franchisee shall be responsible for bill collection of residents and businesses. Should the county franchisee elect to operate a transfer facility, an additional reasonable fee may be charged subject to approval by the county. Further, Henry County Fiscal Court reserves the right to reduce its franchisee and will not increase it during the term of the franchisee awarded. The franchise holder shall provide free of charge at least 6 locations to be selected by the fiscal court. Dumpsters to be emptied 1 time each week. Said dumpsters shall have at least 3 yard capacity. The franchise holder shall also provide 7 portable recycling bins to be placed at the location selected by the fiscal court. The franchise holder shall further provide free of charge service to churches with weekly pickup. The elderly and disabled shall be eligible for free or reduced rate backdoor pickup. The number of persons eligible for backdoor pickup shall be no greater than 100 customers. Tri-County Community Agency action shall determine who is eligible as elderly or disabled and will submit the information to the franchisee. Those residential customers verifying income of less than $1,000 per month will be eligible for free service. Tri-County Community Action Agency will verify income of those residents, and Henry County Fiscal Court will pay for those residents for the franchisee fees collected. Each bid shall state the monthly rate to be charged to each residential customer and each commercial customer for 1 collection per week. As used in the resolution, the term commercial shall include real estate buildings or premises used for retail or wholesale trade, personal or customer service, and or public facilities, and shall further include apartment buildings with a total of 3 or more rental units where the owner provides and pays for the services to be rendered at all such units. The franchise holder shall provide and use for the purpose of disposal of the garbage, trash, and debris collected, a solid waste disposal site or facility approved by and under the regulation of the Kentucky Department of Health in accordance with KRS 21170, or the applicable state where the disposal site or facility is located. In addition, the franchise holder shall comply with all laws, ordinances, and regulations applying to its activities under the franchise and shall be subject to the regulations of the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Henry County Board of Health. This franchise specifically excludes the collection of medical waste, as that term is defined in the KRS statutes. The franchisee will participate in up to 5 county-sponsored events each year and shall provide dumpsters for those efforts. The county judge executive will make the franchisee aware of those countywide events. The franchisee shall provide 1 curbside pickup per month for larger items, appliances and furniture, etc. Larger quantities than mentioned in paragraphs 5B and C above. The franchisee may require reasonable prior notification of large items and quantities by residents and inform customers of the schedule and criteria. The franchisee shall provide dumpster services in the event of declared county emergencies. The franchisee, within 1 month of being awarded the contract herein, shall execute a public education program. A mailed notice to announcements in the Henry County Local will inform all residents and commercial units within the franchisee area of the following: collection schedules, including holiday and snow schedules, set out procedures for residential and commercial, backdoor service qualifications, eligibility for free service, and dumpster exclusions or provisions. The notice also should detail the rules for large pickup items and state locations for recycling bins. An annual announcement shall be made in November of each year in the Henry County Local informing the public of the franchisee's holiday schedule, snow schedule, and information on recycling in the county. The franchise holder shall use for collection of garbage defined as food and waste and other items which quickly and easily decompose, becoming noxious and other health hazards, enclosed in leak-proof trucks and trailers equipped so that the compress and pack of garbage is so collected. The equipment used solely for collection of trash and debris other than garbage, as herein defined, shall be enclosed so that not to scatter and disperse said trash and debris. The contractor shall empty all waste from the containers and return the containers upright to the curb with the lids securely tight. In the event of any spillage, the contractor shall immediately clean up the waste. The franchise holder shall maintain all dumpsters in a sanitary condition and clean and neat outward appearance. The term of the franchise offered for sale hereunder shall be for a period beginning January 1 of 25 and ending in December 31 of 28, and may be renewed for an additional period at rates and terms condition expressed this award of franchise upon written agreement of the Henry Fiscal Court and franchise holder executed before October 1st of the year of expiration. The franchise shall be exclusive, that is, only a franchise holder may collect and dispose of garbage, trash, debris, or other recyclable materials, if so required, from residential and commercial customers, excluding dumpsters, as defined in this resolution within Henry County, Kentucky. Any person, firm, or corporation, including the franchise holder, may perform such service by contract for industrial customers. The franchise holder, prior to the beginning of the performance under this franchise, shall furnish to the Henry County Fiscal Court a performance bond with corporate surety in an amount not less than $100,000. The limit of liability on such performance bond shall be subject to increase by the Henry Fiscal Court on the basis of any increase of cost for Henry services authorized by the franchise and on the basis of increase of volume of business under franchise. The franchise holder shall obtain and maintain throughout the term of the franchise workers' compensation insurance and general and automotive liability insurance with minimum limits of $1 million for the injury of any one person and $2 million for the injury of all persons as a result of the occurrence, $300,000 for property damage resulting from any one occurrence. Proof of this shall be given to the Henry Fiscal Court before January 1st of each year of the franchise. The franchise holder shall hold the Henry County Fiscal Court harmless and indemnify the county court from any liability, loss, or damage for actions of the franchise holder or its agents and employees, including payment to the Henry County Fiscal Court, attorney's fees, court costs, expenses incurred by the Henry County Fiscal Court as a result of the franchisee holder's actions. Without waiving any rights of the Henry Fiscal Court hereto, the enforcement in terms of this franchise rests within the franchisee. The Henry Fiscal Court shall be named as an additional insured on the franchise holder's policy and shall give the Henry County Fiscal Court 60 days advance written notice of any change in insurance occurs during this franchise. Rates and prices to be charged residential and commercial customers and nature of the service to be rendered to them, including the number of collections per week, shall not be changed during the term of the contract. The franchise holder shall respond to all customer complaints and shall maintain a local phone number and a toll-free number, which customers can contact the franchise holder. Collection shall be made one time per week for residential customers and shall occur between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Collection will not be permitted on Sundays or the following holidays, Christmas Day and New Year's Day. Refused not to pick up on said holidays shall be picked up on the next working day with the collection of the balance of the week following the holiday to be made on their normal scheduled day. Any additional holidays reserved by the contractor shall be explained and set forth in the submitted proposal. The franchise holder shall at all times be subject to reasonable regulation by the Henry County Fiscal Court on all matters pertaining to the franchise, including but not limited to the nature and quality of the service rendered and performed under the franchise. At its option, the Henry County Fiscal Court may terminate the franchise for failure to franchise holder to material and substantially perform for a period of 1 week. Adverse weather, natural catastrophes, and acts of God are accepted. Waivers by the Henry County Fiscal Court of one or more failures by the franchise holder to perform shall not be deemed a waiver of any future failures or defaults and shall not prejudice the right of termination hereby provided. Termination of the franchise is herein provided shall not affect nor release the liability of the franchise holder or its corporate surety on the performance bond, provided, however, that such termination shall be on such terms and conditions as will best protect the rights of the corporate surety on said performance bond, consistent with the rights of the Henry County Fiscal Court and the customers of the service to be rendered under the franchise, and provided further that the terms and conditions of the surety's liability on its performance bond may be more fully specified and clarified by the agreement between the surety and the Henry County Fiscal Court, made contemporaneously with the execution of the performance bond. The franchise holder and corporate surety on performance bond of the franchise holder shall be subject to the jurisdiction of the Henry Circuit Court and any action commenced on any claim under this franchise. Bids for the purchase of the franchise will be judged on a basis of consideration offered to the Henry County Fiscal Court for the franchise. the specifications of the service proposed to be rendered, the prices to be charged to the residential and commercial customers for the said services, and the ability of the bidders to perform the service at the time of the franchise is awarded to the bidder by ordinance as specified in paragraph 19 thereof. The Henry County Fiscal Court will specify, determine, and establish the number of collections from residential and commercial customers to be made by the franchise holder each week, and a price to be charged by the franchise holder for such number of collections from residential to commercial customers shall be stated in the bid of the franchise holder. All bids shall include tipping fees and other state and federal assessment fee, and no fee or charge or assessment shall be added to any customer's bill. Any franchise sold under this resolution shall be authorized by ordinance of the Henry County Fiscal Court. In the event of the ordinance establishing mandatory garbage collection is found to be unconstitutional or otherwise invalid, the Henry County Fiscal Court reserves the right to renegotiate the terms of the franchise agreement with the franchise holder, or if an agreement with the franchise holder cannot be reached, to terminate the franchise and advertise for bids for such franchise. Smaller trucks are encouraged for use on narrow county roads. Preference may be given to a franchisee willing to use smaller and lighter trucks. Bid sheets should state the truck size and weights in which will be utilized by the franchisee. The 5 incorporated cities and persons and businesses located within the boundaries of those cities shall be exempt from ordinance so as long as the particular implemented mandatory garbage franchise ordinance prior to the enactment of this ordinance. Provided, however, should any of those cities cease their program, then that city's residents shall no longer be exempt and will be subject to the provisions thereof. If a Henry County resident has a commercial site for which the service paid under this ordinance, the resident will upon application and proof of the franchisee may waive pickup at the residence and no residential fee shall be imposed. Henry County Fiscal Court reserves the right to renegotiate specific details with the successful bidder as may be beneficial to the Henry Fiscal Court or citizens of Henry County. Adopted by the Henry County Fiscal Court on this day of 2024. On the following pages, you'll see the residential solid waste recycling bid sheet. Under the 4-year contract, those are obviously not filled in at this time. Those are what the bidders will fill out. And then the notice of invitation to bid franchise for the business of the collection and disposal of garbage, trash, and debris within the county. That's the notice that'll be posted in the local on the final page.
Could you repeat that?
No.
Now, ain't y'all glad I didn't read that?
Could you repeat it?
So this is, and Hugh, back to your question from last month, it's 8% is what the franchise.
That's what it is now.
Yes, yes.
So if the bids come in $10 higher, it's gonna be more money.
It'll still be 8%.
It'd still be 8%. That's what they're bidding is 8%.
But your revenue that you're bringing in is 8%, what you're
Yeah.
saying. Even if their bid come back at $50 a month, it still figures out more money.
Well, if it comes in that high, we're gonna have to
Abolish it.
figure, well, I don't know about abolishing, but we're gonna have to figure out what we have to do. But I think right now.
Right now, what you're telling me, you're getting 8% right now.
Yes, sir, and I will tell you, even, I got the email today of what the last quarter is. I will tell you exactly what it was.
It's 19,000.
19,000? Yes, $19,712.29 is what the exact amount was, for this quarter. So that's, so if we took that completely away, we would be talking right at 80,000 for the year, so. So I need a motion to advertise this, for bid.
Motion advertised.
Okay, motion by Carl.
We need to accept the resolution first.
Okay, I'm sorry. We
That's
need,
what,
that's
what it
really
was.
what I was,
the resolution includes the
I need to say to
advertisement.
accept the resolution. Is it still, okay, motion by Carl? Second by Danny, all in favor? All right, motion carried. Now, do I still need to make a motion to?
It's included in the
Okay,
resolution.
all right. All right, we need to have a personnel meeting to discuss our admin code policy, the personnel committee, which is Danny,
Ed and Kevin.
I think I'm one.
Yeah, Ed and Kevin. And you want to talk just a second about what it is?
So I've got the current code I was gonna hand out to you all so you can look over it before y'all plan when you wanna meet on that. But the biggest two things that we need to adopt into that is to raise our amount for bids to $40,000. The state has done that, but auditors are requiring it to be in our admin code.
Where it was 20.
And then the other thing is for purchase orders, to put something in there where a purchase order isn't required for a purchase less than, and you can set the amount $1,000 or $500 or whatever, but that'd be up to you all to set. Where if you Toby goes to buy a bolt at Ballard Hardware, he doesn't have to come get a purchase order, get a price, and so those are the two biggest things. But it would be a good time to edit our current, and July is what I was told is the only month that we're allowed to alter it. So
the bid amount is what has to be bid out if it's over a certain.
yeah, so like if we were to purchase something and it's over $40,000,
And it's gonna go from 20 to 40.
yeah, and that's what the state has that, but I think our admin code is old and has, I think it might even still be at 20,
It used to be 10,
so.
Yeah.
then they moved it to 20.
And they've since moved it to 40 though, yeah.
I don't think I care for that. I like seeing stuff getting bid out instead of a blanket $40,000 check to be written to a contractor.
But
I mean-
y'all need to set you a date and,
Yeah, we'll schedule a meeting, I'll contact him, we'll schedule a meeting.
yeah.
Do with Travis and Amanda and everybody.
Okay, claims and transfer. Anybody got any questions?
Make a motion to approve.
All right, motion by Kevin,
No, don't sleep on me.
I'll second.
second
Thank
by
you.
I got Brad.
Brad, all in favor? All right, motion carried. Okay, public comments, we allow 3 minutes per speaker. Go ahead, Amy.
Just wondering if there's been any movement on the ethics committee nominations?
No,
Okay,
there
thank
hasn't.
you.
It will be before next month. I'll get that. It's like every time we get ready to get started on something like that, something more pressing happens.
Plug another hole in the dam, yeah.
Yes.
I'm Richard Hayes. I just want, thank everybody that's contributed to the Lake Jericho event for veterans and first responders. We've got news from the state of Kentucky and Frankfurt, that they really appreciate what we're doing and they're gonna plan some more stuff with this. And they're loving this so far. There's still time to donate if anybody can. If you can't, well, you know how that is too. But I just want to thank everybody here and the magistrates that donated to all this stuff. It's not going away. This is our 7th year. And with all the stuff that's going on in the world and the nation right now, veterans and first responders can come out there and have a good time, get fed, have a great time. Young Branch comes out and feeds everybody. Home Depot comes out and does all kinds of stuff for people, for the kids. We got all kinds of stuff going on out there that day. I just want to thank y'all for helping put this on. Thank you.
Thank you. And if somebody does want to donate, he's got receipts and everything that he can, it is tax deductible. Any other? Mike?
I think KEPTA recently had some information relative to some potential grant money available for regenerating power during emergencies. And I think you had already gotten a lot of information yourself to give to them. Were any of the cities able to get with you with any additional information? And
Nobody did, no. None of the cities did. I did, it was,
I think it was July 5th, was it?
yes, that was the deadline, but I did get ours turned in for generators for the water district, and then a generator that could be used, a portable generator that could be used for the water district or the sewer municipalities, something that could be moved around. So hopefully that will be something will come out of that, and we'll get some funding for that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Rob, you?
Yeah, Judge, I appreciate the time that you having me tonight. My name is Rob Adams. I'm the mayor of Carrollton, and I was elected 10 years ago as mayor, and then 2 terms on the city council before that. My career, I spent 25 and a half years on the street as a firefighter paramedic, and I retired when I hit 50, because that's a young man's job. So now I just go to the office every day and the mayor. So I'm running for state representative, House District 47. In November. I don't think in the 3 minutes I have time to get into my small platform because in the grand scheme of things, if I ended up in Frankfurt, I don't have an agenda. My agenda is what you, the court across the 47th district, on Henry Trimble Carroll, what courts and city councils need in projects and working for home, and that's my agenda. I don't think I need to go to Frankfurt with an agenda because it's not about me. It's about being represented back here at home. So I'll introduce myself a little further and tell you a little bit about my background, and then some more topics that, just a couple of things that's important to me, and then answer any questions that you have. If anybody wants to stick around when the meeting's over, I'll be glad to do that. So I appreciate the time to come introduce myself. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rob. He'd come to my office and ask if he could come, and I said, absolutely, everybody's welcome, and but unless they're a setting, somebody that's either a setting senator or setting representative, we don't put them on the agenda, so they get the 3 minutes. But any other public comment? All right, court comment.
First off, I like fireworks as much as anybody, but I've seen complaints and heard complaints 3+ weeks. Mostly pets, running off this net, and some military people supposedly have a problem. I know nothing personally. Is that something maybe we could do on a ballot, maybe talk about maybe a 3-day tolerance there and a time limit to kind of limit that? Let the people decide, not us.
I don't know. Cassidy, you want to?
So we do as a county have a noise ordinance or a general nuisance ordinance. It doesn't specifically prohibit a time frame for fireworks. I know several of the independent cities do have specifics. That's an option that the court may want to bring forward on whether or not the county wants to specify in its ordinance on that, and follow suit with what the cities do. But I'll be quite honest with you, my office has been flooded with calls and complaints from people too. We truly do have the law enforcement capacity to answer every single firework call. I'm sure the sheriff can attest to that as well. Even the small city police agencies can't keep up with the amount. And when you do, it's, again, like we see a lot of our ordinances are fine per offense. And these folks have just turned right around and say, fine me, I don't care. I'm gonna set off my fireworks. It's just the end of the day, that's really all we can do is set an ordinance in place. And then if the court would like to do that, that's certainly your pleasure. But that would be how it would be worded, would be fall under the ordinance that we currently have for nuisances, if you want to specify and limit the time frame of fireworks. But just be cautious that the only police agency or the way that we have to enforce that are going to be our local law enforcement.
But the city of Eminence put out a thing, about the 10 o'clock rule, they can't fire up after 10 o'clock and so many days after the 4th of July, but it does no good, I mean, they don't have the police either to do it. Because face it, they set them off in the middle of the night, so.
I would think you'd have to just be sitting there watching them.
It would, yeah, and I hate it as bad as anybody.
We get those calls a lot of times. We show up, they're not shooting them off once we arrive. And I know, I believe it's Eminence's, that their ordinance, I believe, I was reading one, I can't remember, but it says you can't set it off within 200 feet of the house. Right. Where can you set them off at Eminence, I tell people they're expensive, and it's not gonna last long. It's about 2 weeks after the 4th, and 2 weeks before we deal with it, we get hundreds and hundreds of calls on fireworks. I don't know what to do, but most of them we respond to 9 out of 10 times, they're done when we get there. So, like anything else, if it's not happening in our presence, it's kind of hard. But we do get a lot of them. I calling to answer it.
But I don't think no way we can put something like that on the ballot, I wouldn't think.
No, it would, if anything, it would be my, I would highly suggest you look at a more concise ordinance specifically preventing or identifying what a firework is and setting a time frame. But again, just knowing that it's a violation punishable by fine only, so that is something for the court to consider. If you want to put the time and effort into drafting a more strict ordinance, I'd be happy to chat with whoever wants to do that.
Okay, any other court comments? I'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion made, second by Danny. First time Danny's made a motion. All in favor? Thank you all.